Hey.
Hey!
Welcome back. John and Tan Show. We got a good, juicy one for you guys today.
I don't know if it's that juicy.
I think it's juicy.
I don't know. You just felt like it was something that, I just find that it's something that always bothers you whenever I ask you about certain things, if you're sure or if you know how to do something. But I
think every guy feels that way. it's a credibility thing.
Why don't you kick it off?
Well, I think, yeah. Let me kick this off since it's an attack on guys. I'm gonna defend you guys. I got you.
No, it's not an attack on guys.
It's not. But look, okay, it's a credibility thing. It's like this. Mm-hmm. So there's a saying that a pastor or a preacher is not respected in his home, right? Which simply means this, and where I'm from, obviously most of you would know by now, I'm Nigerian. She is Jamaican. Is that it means that when you're home, no matter what position you hold in society, you're still just the same person you are at home. You're still, so I'm John at home. Doesn't matter whether I'm a Chief Justice of the country or the President of the country. Guess what? My family, I am just simply John. And I think that's what all guys go through, to be honest, because I'll let you tell them what you
No, why don't you tell? Because
no, I think you should. I kicked it off, so I think you should say it. So
okay, I'll say it my version. Okay, so maybe if I ask you to do something and then I'll ask you, are you sure you know how to do it? Right. But it's me asking, are you sure you know how to do it? What's wrong with that?
Right. So again, fellas, people, audience. So it's not about her asking me, okay? So it's about sometimes, and I know it's not. I'm just not centering this to her. I know it's about when it's. So let's give an instance, okay? There's a broken cupboard in the house. I own a construction company. I do this for a living, and if I try to fix it, she asks me, "Am I sure? Do I know?" But I do this every day for other people for a living. So that's what I'm talking about. So in that case, sometimes what it does is it kind of just shuts me down. It makes me feel like she doesn't respect what I do, especially when it's something I'm doing to bring money to the house. I feel like she has no respect for it. And then when I sit down later on, I can understand that she's probably just trying to make sure that, she understands that I just don't own the company, but I also know how to do the work, which is two different things. So I get it, but it's not fun, But I want to know why.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay, be honest. Just lay it on me.
Let's be honest. As women, I mean, we've always been that one that, even though you go out and you work, and even when that woman stayed at home, we're still responsible for everything that goes on. So it's kind of that validation of everything that we apply to, whether
is it
it's
that you guys have been disappointed too much by us, so you want to make sure we don't disappoint you?
No.
So when he tells us to do something, are you sure sure this is okay?
I guess if you really look deeper at it, right? No, I think now something just clicked on me, in my head as you're saying disappointment. But I think when you think about it, I guess what I'm doing is, this is something that I do with the children. So as a mother, I have to make sure that my children understand, or they're sure what they're doing. Like you ask those questions.
It's a routine for you.
It's a routine. So what I'm doing is applying it even in a relationship. So I guess I'm treating you just like I would treat the children.
And I tell you that sometimes. When I tell you that's how I'm telling you, I'm not.
When did you ever tell me that?
Yeah. I tell you, like, hey, I'm not a.
But I guess I'm not. I was not aware that I was doing that.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
So I don't know. Well,
but you're not alone. Look at this.
Okay, so I'm not alone,
okay.
but it's
don't beat yourself.
So it's part of being a woman.
And that's a good. That's
and it
a
doesn't
good,
even. You don't even have to be a mother, because I think it's something. It's like that internal,
like a nurture and go deeper. And
that's who we are as women. We go deeper. Into the what ifs. We look at bigger picture. I think we look further out.
Yeah, I would agree that we're a go-go machine. We're just, we're one-track minded. I think, most guys are. And the one track doesn't mean that we don't think of other things. It's just that when we're set on something, we're very blinded by everything else, even though we're thinking about other options.
So here is, I guess,
what's the dominant, with our
I guess we can connect it like this, where for women, we have to be very sure about everything, right?
Yeah.
So that's like when we go to a store, we try on every single thing. And every man that I know do not try on their clothing. They're like, why do I need to try on?
Yeah, I know what fits. I can look at it in the
and it's like we always
to pick in relationships too. Maybe that's what we do.
What?
We just think we know what fits, and we just look at a woman and go, and we just pick it up and go. You touch on something deeper. That's another topic.
Okay.
We'll make it.
I don't think they really heard you. So basically, what you think fits. You visually see it, and that looks like my size.
Right.
So you just walk away with it. So the same thing that you may apply in your relationship and who you select to be with. That's what you're saying. Talk about this. Where for us, we have to make sure it's snug.
That's right.
It gives us that
guy,
love.
You gotta check
we're thinking about
all kinds of stuff.
And for us, we're looking at the quality of it. Is it going to last?
Right.
And I guess that's how we apply it to our relationships.
Most likely. That's another topic. Let's never. We'll get back to you.
No, but I guess going forward with you calling me out on this, and because you said credibility, right? So it's like I'm questioning your credibility.
That's how I feel. I feel like, as a cliche as a man, that you're not giving me that option to do that. Let me feel as a man. I feel like you're making me be too cautious and be like a child where I'm experimenting about what I'm doing in life at this age, right? So if I make a mistake, that's okay. At this age, I'm okay with making a mistake, right? So I feel like you should, as a guy, and this is not personal, I think most guys feel the same way, that most of our partners should understand that we're, especially when our age group is the same, and we found that connection, is that you should understand that I already have thought about those things, and I'm also the same frequency with you. And maybe if you're not thinking that way towards me, then the problem is not even about that, what we're doing right now. So it's not about me trying to fix something that you think you need to question me, but it's about something even deeper than that.
Like I think that you're capable
of
doing,
exactly.
If I think you're capable of carrying out anything that I ask you to do.
You feel I'm incapable, or you feel like I'm not, trustworthy, or you feel it's a lot deeper than, to us, that's what we look at. We look at you feel you're thinking a lot deeper than just you telling me or questioning me about this one task.
Well, that's not what it is. That's not what.
No, you have to write a book about this to tell me, because right now, I mean, this is it's gonna take time to unravel. Okay.
Oh, please.
We need a book.
No, well, I guess I didn't know that, and so, but that's not my intent. It's just
Well, it's not personal. I'm just saying, but most guys will relate to what I just said.
Okay.
Most guys will relate to that, and most women will relate to it as you are.
Yeah.
Because it's just something we don't talk about a lot, because a lot of people also, when you start talking about it, it goes into getting mad and getting angry, and that discussion never just comes up the right way.
Right. Okay.
So.
Well, when I do, and I think, this really shed some light on it, but if I do that, I guess it's up to you to also call me out on it, because then I'll be more aware. I think going forward, I'll be more aware of that's what I'm doing. but it's also up to you to let me know, hey, babe, credibility, remember that? Or, hey, remember what we talked about? Call me out on it so that eventually I'm, improving on not doing that, or, not resorting back to the old ways.
Yeah, I think we shy away from that just because of
to save from arguments.
Fights and, yeah, so.
But remember, a strong, healthy relationship is about even speaking
Smell
up.
of fights.
Smell a fight coming.
A good relationship is based on small fights, guys.
So, just call me out on it. And, I'll gladly, just pull back and just remember, this is what you do for a living. So, and like I said, there's no intent to make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. It's kind of what I do.
But I don't even think it's only on work. So let's get that straight. Because some people will say, okay, well, I'm questioning him or her on something that's unrelated to work. It's not even that. Because sometimes you question me on some stuff that's unrelated to work, right? It's something about maybe food. Okay.
Or a new invention.
Or because I think I create something every day, guys. Brain keeps working. So so to that case, I what I've done as a guy, now I'll tell you guys as a guy, what I have done is to recondition my thoughts knowing who I'm with, right? So I don't want to fight every day. I don't want to think about like she's insulted me or making me feel any less. So what I've resolved to doing is feeling like she's the voice of reason to make me think. She makes me think a little bit more. She slows me down. And so now I think about doing something before I jump and do it. Now I think about it. I slow down. She puts, I get to a point where I'm go, and here's 10. And I have to think about what I'm doing before I huddle.
I'm like, wait,
right,
where are you
exactly
going?
Right.
Wait, you're not passing me
and
until you run this by me first.
So I either have to go over, across, or under. One way or another, I have to encounter her, and that kind of gives me a voice of reason within my head. Like today, I went out to do a few things, and I almost felt like you were there with me. To be honest, because I'll touch this and I'll say, you know what, do you really need that? Do you really need to get that for them? Do you want to do that? And it's just, like you said, I should caution you when you say it. I feel that way because I've heard that caution so many times.
So what I hear you say is that it's not a bad thing.
No.
It's not.
It's not. If it's done in a healthy way.
Right.
If it's done with care.
So
more like control.
Okay. So, but you don't feel like it's controlled, do you?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like when you do it the other way, it's like that. But when you do it the way I just said it, with care, then it's different. But when you question, it feels like a control thing.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because you're not questioning for the right reasons. You're questioning because we feel like you're not questioning for the right reasons. We feel like you're just questioning.
Just a question.
Because you are not trusting in what we're doing or what we're going to do.
Okay.
All right. So, guys, I think that's...
Well, it's nice to hear that.
That's a mouthful. Such a mouthful.
It's nice to hear that even when I'm not around you physically...
Oh, yeah.
You are...
That's love, man. That's love.
You've got me on your
Transcends
mind.
into everything. Transcends into every part of my life.
That's called deeper power of the woman.
But anyway, good talk. Well, again, subscribe.
Share and like. All right.
Tan.
Peace out. John and Tan.
And John.
You need to get this together. Get it together, brother man.
I got it.
All right, later.